Okay. Hey guys. So, ignoring my background, my room is a mess as always. It's titties out type of day, as you can see. Um, let's get some more titty action. Okay, so let me actually. Is that better? Is this like a good filming angle? Let me know. So yeah, today I'm gonna be talking about my scary stalker story, y'all. Y'all. So I'm gonna tell you beginning to end how it all ended, if it has ended, and how this dude has been like stalking me for the past 2 years. Not four, but two. Two. Okay, but if y'all want to hear this story, continue watching. It's gonna be like a long video. Get some food, get your wine, get your cigarette, whatever y'all do, however y'all enjoy life, get whatever you do. Just get what you need. Listen to the story, subscribe, like, comment, follow my other social media. Y'all already heard this before from me and other people. So let's get into it. So I met this dude my freshman year of college. It was second semester, so spring semester. I was taking a class called video game music. And y'all, my freshman, from like my junior to like freshman, sophomore year of college, I was all like, I just like really liked attention. And I was like, I thought I was like the baddest bitch. I thought I was hot shit. Like, I I don't know. I was always dressed to impress. I mean, your girl still looks cute or whatever, but you get it. So I took this class called History of Video Game Music. Great class, great professor. Love the class, love the professor, but the people in it. When I say that I was like, I think there were three other girls in that class. At a class, it might have been like 20 something of us in there. I was like one of the four girls in that class, only black girl, and not to like, shit on their style or whatever, but as in like beauty standards and ideal. I hate sounding like, yeah, I was a cute one. I was a pretty one. Like, everyone look at me. I hate sounding like that, but like, I kind of was. Like, I was the only one that came to class every single day dressed up. Everything was like out, or if it wasn't out, it was like outlined well. My figure looked like, I thought I was like so fine, but I mean, I wasn't like ugly or nothing, but I thought I was like so fine. And I like got off on the idea of like seducing, like being someone's like fantasy, like seducing like nerds and stuff like that, like being like the girl next door, like being that girl, like, who's that girl, la 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 la, like I got off on that idea of being that girl. So I want to be that girl. Next thing you know, I'm taking steps to be that girl, and I was that girl in this class. So, and other girls in that class, if you're watching this, I love y'all. Like, y'all are really sweet. So, and there were like two other black people in this class. So this is where this dude comes in. So in this class, I was very like quiet for the most part. I didn't really talk because I was uncomfortable. People were rude to me. One of the first comments I got was like, "I'm surprised you're in this class. I don't know if it's because I'm black. I don't know if it's because I'm fine in black. I don't know. Like, I don't know why he said that, but whatever." And I was dating this dude at the time. What are we going to call him? Let's call him Horsefly, because he was a country boy. So Horsefly and me dated, and then that's a whole nother story. Me and Horsefly, he ended up being like emotionally abusive kind of, and I'll tell, if you guys want to hear that story about Horsefly and all that kind of stuff, leave a comment down below, like, let me know. But we had just broken up. And I was sad because, I love being in relationships. I love being in love and having a boyfriend. Like, I love stuff like that. So I was like kind of sad. And whenever my little rebound phase is like, oh, let me see how many dudes I can like talk to at once. Like, not date, but talk to at once. Like, that was my whole, like, I was like a mini hoe. So, but I wasn't like sleeping with anyone. I just wanted to talk to him and flirt and like have fun, basically. So, talked to this one white boy that ended up saying something really racist to me. And then after I had dropped him, he's a whole nother story too. But this next dude, the stalker, what am I gonna call him? What should I call him? I was gonna call him Milky Way because the back of his head looked like a dark ass Milky Way, but he wasn't fine. He don't deserve the name Milky Way. Let's call him Rat Pack. Okay, we're gonna call him Rat Pack. So Rat Pack was the only like black dude in there that I was like, well, you're not like hideous. Like, I don't know, maybe I could like flirt with him a little, have fun, like enjoy the single life and just live it up and be a little hoe. So I start like flirting with him. I start talking to him and stuff. And I was actually slightly considering dating him because like I was lonely and I really wanted attention. Like, I loved attention, and I'm saying it like I still don't love attention. Your girl still likes attention. So we're talking, and next thing you know, like, he sits by me in class. Like, I remember this day kind of clear, but he sat like in the front of me, and then as he was walking by, I was like, hey, and I was like, oh, this guy, the first guy that I was like talking to and I was done with, I was like, he's not gonna be here today, like sit by me, like I'm lonely, like sit by me, like I'm lonely, like I was doing all that extra shit. So he sits by me, we're texting in class, and next thing you know, we get each other's snap, we're talking or whatever. He seemed really cool so far. Like, y'all, when I say that he seemed so normal, like typical, I guess, nerd, like, and he like smoked weed and stuff. Like, he was a cool dude, at the time. So we're talking. Next thing you know, like, he's talking about like, when you gonna be mine, like all that. I say it in like a nigga voice, but like he didn't sound like, he sounded like, if you heard him, he sounded like the whitest of white ghost white people. Like, and nothing against white people, but you would not think that he was a black dude. He said like, so next thing you know, he's like, and we're texting, and I'm like, oh, he wants to wife him a black woman. Like, I'm excited because he wants to actually be with me, or so it seemed. So I remember one day we had, hung out, and he was like, yeah, like, come to this dorm, this like housing facility, we're all just eating pizza and hanging out. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, I come. I'm not too hoed out, but like booty still popping, titties still popping, figure still popping, hair on point. I did my makeup, like, and my friend at the time was hyping me up. So we're all like watching video game playthroughs and laughing and talking. Like, it was actually a really good time. Like, it was a good time. So we're doing all that. And then I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to go to sleep. Like, I'm tired. Like, I'm going to go to bed. So he walks me back to my dorm. And there was a back door, and there was a staircase under it. And under the staircase, me and him are just like talking. And it's like, yeah, like, I have really had fun. The typical, like, conversation that leads into a kiss. So next thing you know, like, my mom is probably gonna kill me. It's fine. Mom, please stop watching. If you want to hear about it in person, like, we can talk about it next time I come over if you watch this. So, yeah. But next thing you know, we start, like, kissing, and then we ended up, like, making out or whatever. And then I go back to my dorm, and I'm like, I caught me a boyfriend, like, me. So, basically, after that, he started acting really weird. Like, wasn't really talking to me. He was kind of being like an ass to me and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not about to put up with this. Like, boy, you're not the only person in this class I can talk to. So I started talking to somebody else, and because I cut him off, like, yo, this guy, let me actually explain him. So he's not really tall. Like, he's like 5'8", 5'9", maybe. Extreme, like, extra dark dude. And I don't care what skin tone you are, but he's like really, really dark. He always wore this snapback hat, and snapbacks were not popping unless it's like 2010 to 2012. This is like 2015, sir. What are you doing wearing the Flash snapback, wearing a Green Lantern and Batman snapback? He always wore one of the 3 superhero snapbacks every single day in class. He smoked a lot of weed, wasn't really motivated. He was kind of a bully in a way. Like, he hung out with, like, the class bully or the hot shit of the class or whatever. So he was kind of a bully. And this is important. He doesn't understand that the world doesn't revolve around him. Like, he doesn't get that you can't always get what you want. Like, no matter, some things just weren't meant to be, like, no, you know, some things, you can't get anything you want. Like, the world does not revolve around you. Like, if anything, the world revolves around, like, celebrities. Like Beyonce's gonna be like, who's Rat Pack? Like, who is this? Trump is gonna be like, I don't know you. Like, what? You know, like, important people don't know who this guy is. But he thinks he's so important, so entitled. That's the word I'm looking for. He's so entitled and thinks he's so much and all that kind of stuff. I guess because he was spoiled as a child. I don't know what his deal is, but he's crazy. So I'm talking to somebody else. Next thing you know, he comes back and it's like, I'm trying to, like, talk to you again, you know, doing all that extra stuff or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, you're obviously on some, like, BS. Like, you're on some mess right now. Like, boy, what? But me being me, I decided to entertain it a little bit. You know, I kind of entertained it a little bit, not gonna lie. So I was, like, I was doing the I'm hard to get type of thing. Just not to the extreme, but just a little bit. As in, like, I could have any dude I want, so you're nothing. You know, I was kind of doing that, which isn't, like, always the best thing to do, but whatever. This guy, he deserved it. So I'm doing that. And then it was just, like, this back and forth cycle of, like, I'm not talking to you, I want to talk to you. I'm not talking to you, I want to talk to you. It was this back and forth cycle until I completely cut it off. And I was like, no, you're not about to, like, mess with me like this. Like, goodbye. I do not want you. Like, I've seen your true colors. Like, goodbye. No, goodbye. Oh, and I found out that he didn't even want to date me seriously, which is another reason I completely cut him off, because I'm not about to just waste my time. Like, either wife me up or bye. Like, I'm not doing that. So he still had my snap or whatever, but we had stopped talking. Summer rolls around. Summer was fine. And then I think 2 months or 3 months later, after classes ended, he hits me up on Snap, like, trying to talk to me or whatever. And I'm like, boy, like, I already told you, no, I'm not trying to talk to you. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you. He doesn't understand that. Next thing you know, so the first time I told him no, he deleted, I think he blocked me on his Snap or something. And then I forget about him, like, boy, bye, see you later. Like, I'm not even thinking about him. I forget he even exists. Couple months go by, he unblocks me on Snap, hits me up again, and is like, oh, this is when he started sending, oh my goodness, my mom was gonna kill me. He started sending me, like, I hate saying lewd because that sounds nasty, but he started sending me, like, X-rated pictures, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you, boy? What makes you, and he really, in his mind, he really thought that I wanted to see his business. Boy, I don't want to see your business. I don't want to see no dude's business but my husband's in the future. Like, I don't want to see none of this. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to see your name. Hear your name. Hear your voice. Like, I want nothing to do with you. And so I was telling him to stop, got pissed off, blocked him. Oh, and he had a habit of trying to ask me for pictures and stuff. I never once did I send this dude pictures. I never sent this dude pictures at all. Nothing even slightly risque. The most he ever saw was me in my clothes in class. Like, that was the most he ever saw of me. So I block him. Next thing you know, it's, like, silent for maybe a month. He makes a new Snap, adds me on this Snap, trying to talk to me again. And then it's this constant, after that, like, it's this constant pattern of, I want to say for the next year, almost year, it's this constant cycle of him making snaps. I'll block it, or he'll get mad and block me, which I don't care. Like, bye. Bye, toodles. Like, goodbye, toodles. Like, no. I don't care. So like blocking, like every month, every couple months or whatever. And then up until recently, I want to say the past like maybe since last November-ish maybe. This guy started asking, like he wanted me so badly. Like he didn't understand that I didn't want him. He like that like over the head, like he didn't understand that I didn't want him, and he was doing everything he could to like make me his, but not even in a girlfriend sense. He just wanted to sleep with me. He just wanted to have sex with me. And I didn't want to have sex with him. That's nasty. He's nasty. He's disgusting. No. So since like last November, December, he kept doing the snap thing until I completely like blocked him or whatever. And then somehow he found my Facebook. This happened in the past few months. He found my Facebook. Lately, it's just been like Snap and Instagram stuff. And I would like block him. He kept trying to hit me up. And he started, like I said, since December, he wanted me so badly. He was like, how much to have sex with you? Boy, I'm not a prostitute. Like, it might look it, but I'm not a prostitute. Like, $0? And I don't mean I'm cheap or free. Like, I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not having sex with you for money, for any compensation. I'm not having sex with you, period. The most you can do is look at me, and I barely want you doing that. Like, he didn't. And then I, like, cussed him out and went off on him. And I was like, dude, I'm not a prostitute. He was like, but I want you so bad. Like, I have money. Like, do you want $200? Like, I'll pay you $200 to have sex. Like, doing all this extraness. And I was like, okay, goodbye. Blocked him on Snap. And then I noticed he followed me on Instagram. But my like Instagram is set up to where you can only like hit me up if we're mutuals, basically. So I didn't follow him back. I just wanted to see what he was doing, if he was just trying to see what I posted or whatever. So I didn't automatically block him until he started hitting me up with all this nasty messages and stuff. Not before he found my Facebook. And on my Instagram, it doesn't say Lakeisha Woodard. My Snapchat never said Lakeisha Woodard. Like, the most of my social medias beside my Facebook says is Lakeisha W or Keisha K. Like, that's all it ever says. So I blocked him on Instagram with all this mess, and I told him to stop. Keep in mind, every time before I block him, I keep telling him to stop, and he doesn't understand it. I keep telling him I don't want him. He doesn't comprehend. Apparently, he doesn't speak a human language. So next thing you know, it's a calm before the storm. Okay, so next thing you know, and I have like one of my good friends. She can testify to this because I remember calling her about this, but he found my Facebook. We barely had any mutual friends. I think maybe one or two. But it's not enough to where Facebook can recommend me to him, you know? So this means this dude actively sought me out to add me on other social media that he was not blocked on. Like, y'all, is that not weird? That's weird. That's really weird. So he sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I didn't accept it, and he hit me up sending a message. And then that's when I was like, okay, we need to have a conversation. Like, I keep telling you to leave me alone. And then I keep trying to explain to him why I don't like him. And he was like, well, he's like, I remember being like, I do not want you. Like, I'm not attracted to you. And he asked why. And I was like, you're arrogant, you're conceited, you think you're hot shit, you think you're entitled to everything, you're a dick to everybody around you, you think you can manipulate and use people, you're a waste man, you're a slum nigga. Like, I'm listing things off. Like, the list it's in the top. Like, this list needs to be in the top 100 Billboard charts at this point. Like, everything I'm listing could be like a #1 song on the top 100 Billboard list. So I don't know if he was just playing it cool or if he's just stupid, but he was like, he didn't get it, what I was saying to him or whatever. He was like, but I really want you. Okay. That doesn't change the fact that I don't want you. That sure don't change the fact. Like, I don't want you. So, and then I asked him, and I remember this word for word, y'all. Like, I do not have false memories. This isn't pseudoscience. Like, I remember word for word asking him, why do you want me so bad? He responds, well, you're the hottest girl I know, and you're the only girl that I want, and you're the only girl that I want that doesn't want me. So you're obsessed? You keep chasing me, one, because you wanna like a little check mark on your list of like of fine chicks to like bang or whatever. But he's literally obsessed with the fact that I'm the first female he's wanted that does not want him. That's weird. And keep in mind, I kind of get it, but it's still not an excuse. Like, I kind of get what he means in a way. I hate saying that, but it's still not an excuse. So I start going off on him, and I'm like, you're entitled. And keep in mind, the girls he's ever dated or ever like slept with, when I had him on social media, I've seen the girls he's with. And all women are beautiful, but he's with people that are like him. He's with bums that are exactly like him. Like, these girls are not cute. They can't dress. Like he's just getting Kit Kat. Like, he's getting Kit Kat at whatever cost, whenever he can. So he's just kind of taking anybody that'll take him, I guess. And I'm the first female he's wanted, and I'm the hottest female that he knows that doesn't want him or whatever. Good. So, like, y'all, I'm sweating because I'm getting worked up. So, I remember going off on him again about this. So, I want to say at this point, I blocked him on Snap 8 times. I blocked him on Instagram twice at this point. And then I blocked him on Facebook because he starts talking about the prostitution thing, and it's like, boy, I already told you I don't do that. You need to stop. Like, I kept telling him he needs to stop. Like, I wasn't just letting this, let this go on. Like, it's fine. I'm getting attention. Like, no, like, you need to leave me alone. You're weird. You are weird. Like, leave me alone. So I block him on Facebook. Next thing you know, he makes another Instagram and follows me. So I was like, okay, he's stupid. I think at this point, I blocked him a total of like maybe 12, maybe 13 times within 2 years. Because he made so many Snap accounts, y'all. Like, it's ridiculous. So he follows me on Instagram. I don't follow him back. But I start updating my story. And I'm not gonna lie, I was doing like the tease lead on thing because it all led up to a certain point. Like, I did it all for a purpose. So I posted on my Insta story every single day, like about to film today, like, ooh, like, mama looking fine, like, look at baby over there. Caution, the booty is bigger than it appears. She looking for the baddest one here. Like, I'm like posting like cute things and stuff. And he's responding to my stories, being like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What are you filming for? What are you filming for? What are you filming for? And then some other weird guy was like, seemed stalkerish too or whatever. But that's not even like important, honestly. But I posted on my story. I got so fed up and so irritated that I posted, the stalking and harassing needs to stop. And he saw it because on Insta story, you can see who sees your story. And I'm one of those people, I want to see who's seeing my story, especially if I'm making a message to someone. I want to make sure they saw it. So he saw it, didn't say anything. And then I posted again something about the stalking and harassing needs to stop. I don't want you. I want nothing to do with you, blah, blah, blah. And this is where things get wild, like where the wild things are. Okay, this is embarrassing, but I used to have, well, I still have a Meet Me. If you don't know what Meet Me is, it's basically like a Facebook, but it incorporates like dating into it. So it's basically like a dating app, but people, it's like a hookup dating friend thing. And I used it for dating, and I still have it just because I like talking to people, honestly. Like, I'm not really there to find like a boyfriend. Sometimes I go on there just to, like, me and my friend will go on there and like roast people on there, or roast profile pics, or roast profile descriptions and stuff, and statuses and stuff. But I hadn't used Meet Me for maybe like, I don't know, almost a year at this point. But I still had the app. And I remember waking up the next day and something told me to check Meet Me. So, shoot, beep. Like this, pretend this is my phone. Like, pew, beep, Meet Me. I see I have a whole bunch of messages. Go through the messages. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? How you doing? You fine, little mama. That booty, this ass, that the booty. Like, people being nasty and extra. Then I see a message from Rat Pack. And what does this message say? It says, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry you're dealing with stalking and harassment. I hope you have a better day. But that was about you! That was about you! What do you mean? Does he not realize that he is the one that's stalking and harassing and bothering and doing all this extra? Like, I'm blocking. Like, that doesn't make sense. People, I'm choking. Call 911. Someone, if you've been blocked multiple times on different social media forms, don't you think that you're doing something wrong? Don't you think, like, over a 2-year time span, don't you think you're doing something wrong? Apparently he doesn't, because he's stupid. So I was like, okay, final straw. I had talked to a couple people about like what to do, and someone was like, yo, like, instead of going directly to police, threaten him with police. I'm not one of those, like, people. I mean, honestly, people do, especially people of color, have a slight right, not a slight, but they have a right to be fearful of cops because of all that stuff that's been going on. As a black woman, I get the fear of cops. Like, I truly do. But, boy, if you doing me wrong, I'm not afraid to go to the police. I'm not afraid to turn you in. I'm not afraid to send you to county jail for stalking and harassment. I am not, like, don't mess with me, because next thing you know, you have a restraining order on your ass. So I sent him a message, and I'm like, yo, you're the one stalking and harassing. This is about you. You need to stop. Leave me alone. You've been blocked. I even told him the total amount of times he's been blocked. Like, and I'm like, yo, you need to stop, or else I'm going to police. If you send me one more message, follow me on any other social media one more time, I'm going to the police about you. I know your first and last name. I know where you live, like his hometown or whatever. I know enough about him to turn him in to where police could find him. I know where he worked. Like, I knew all of this information because he's worked at the same Pizza Hut for the past, like, I think 3 years or something. Like, he's a manager there or something. Pizza Hut. Stop hiring weird managers. Stop hiring stalky managers. So, next thing you know, he saw that immediately. As soon as I send it, like, not even like 30 seconds later, he blocks me. And and that was like 2-3 weeks ago, and I haven't heard anything since. So, is the coast clear? Is the sky blue? Is the air clear? I think so. Hopefully, because if he tries it again, boy, there's a police station right by my house. And I'm not scared. So, that was my stalker story time. This video is 30 minutes long. I gotta get ready for work, y'all. But if you want to hear more, like, crazy story times, party story times, I think every Friday I might do a boy story time. So, weird dudes that I've, like, dated or talked to, weirdest things guys have said to me. Like, just anything to do with boys, please leave a comment below and I'll make short story time videos about that or about those experiences. But that was a stalker story time over 2 years. 2 years. He was social media stalking me. So, stalking, not stalky. I can't talk. I'm tired. I went to college. Yeah. So, that's the whole story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, headphone users, or whatever that warning is. For if you hear like screaming in the video, there's a warning. Sorry if I busted your eardrums because I'm screaming. Sorry, like turn the volume down. So yeah. But yeah, guys, subscribe to my channel. I have more videos. Follow my other social media and leave a like, leave a comment. But you gotta subscribe. Like, subscribe to your girl. So I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.